more concerned of the range.
Yeah.
Ranged mage mid laners, right? Because for the Faramis, as much as he can enhance the team fighting power with another HP bar, with some CC too, the range isn't too good on the Faramis. Can be punished by a Vexana, say even a Bruno. For the Nana, can just play all the way far and back, skill 1, and even the Molina Blitz. And it's actually quite big. It's very big.
Yeah, Araki don't really have those gap closers that they need. Maybe the Matilda could do just that, but then again, the burst could come in handy from Bigatron. They choose their range, of course, with the Bruno. The Vexana can also poke away. And so far, missing an XP and a roam. So now what does Key pick up? I think the Grok's still up in the cards. That could be
or
for
Paquito.
Yep, a Paquito as well. Both still viable, the hands of Bigatron.
I like the Paquito pick because it adds more layer. But no, they will go for the more team fighty, tanky, beefy hero. That's the Terizla.
Will Bigatron want to fight RRQ in these situations, especially knowing that RRQ has a lot of engages?
They certainly do. They want to fight, but I'm actually thinking about something crazy here, by the way.
What is it?
The Claude and Tonton carry have all been banned out. They pick up the Bruno. So they are forcing RRQ directly, Skylar, to pick a hero with no Purify. You know what I'm thinking, Gani? Are BTR going to go for a signature El Momento key pick? No Purify on the marksman, perhaps. We'll see.
Let's see. I mean, the Diggy ban. Oh, but then the Diggy ban out from the side of RRQ. It helped.
Oh, Clint.
There you go.
Oh my God.
This dive.
Atlas.
In the back. The Atlas could be a pick that we see from BTR. They forced them enough to this corner. No Purify on the Clint. Or even if he goes for Purify on this Clint, that maneuverability is definitely sus. Do they want to go for it? It'll be a crazy combo. Imagine Atlas into Terizla into Vexana. We don't even need to talk about the Fredge and Bruno. That's enough.
Princess Wrath.
An Atlas.
Safe one would be Grok. Still.
Yeah, Grok is a safe pick.
But if they want crazy, if they want loco,
if they want to spill the guts, I think Atlas could be very nice, especially access to the backline. Really enables you to reach out to Clint and Gord. Just want to poke from out Tigreal.
It's a big
option.
CC.
Still a big CC.
Yeah.
I would have expected. Come on, Mickey. I wanted that Atlas pick so bad.
Oh,
for
man.
Key. Oh man.
Oh man. But it's okay. I think
Tig is the safe choice. It's
safe
Grok
choice.
and Tig, right? No Purify. It sets up for Tig. But knowing Key, El Momento. It's still an El Momento hero, though, to be fair.
Yeah. Implosions, galore, could be up in the cards. Montages being prepared. And I'll take a look at the draft index. Of course.
Favoring RRQ.
Yeah, it is favoring RRQ.
Over 1.
Well, their team fighting is very, very strong, by the way. This front-to-back composition is in no way weak. We've been talking about the forcing. Yes, they did force Clint. They did force a hero with no Purify, but it does not mean that their front-to-back doesn't work. It still can work, and their team fighting prowess is pretty good. The BTR will have to execute their game plan more than good. They have to be great this game.
Will Bigatron escape the experimental lab, or will they still stay and become the rabbits of RRQ as Game 2 is underway? RRQ against Bigatron Alpha.
Again, the Kings of Kings. They are looking to equalize in this game. Meanwhile, Bigatron, they want to put the nail in the coffin and make it a clean sweep.
Clean sweep could be very nice, especially knowing that, you know, RRQ is just cornered in the traps of Bigatron. The way the draft, the maneuvers around it has been very, very deceitful.
Super Ken is actually forced to use Retry. By the way, the choice of emblems for Super Ken is Impure Rage, so he wants to stay in the front line as much as he can. He wants to sustain. No Retry on Super Ken though. Irad's walking up. Super Ken resets it.
3v2. While Terizla is
Again?
dealing damage onto his Octa with the flicker as well. And that will take him down. That's first blood for Lord JM. Now Rad. Let's go to the next punching bag here. Holding. Soaking damage will be taken out as well. RRQ. This is a disastrous early game as 3 members potentially will be taken now.
Immaculate little skirmish up in the early game. Mirko, walk us through that disaster.
RRQ were disconnected. I don't think I can say much more than that. Well, BTR played it well. Lord JM is truly a lord in this game. His targeting was insane. Most XP laners probably would have gone on to the purple buff to help the jungler. He chose to be an assassin, and Super Ken gets the buff that was stolen away from him. So nothing is going RRQ's way.
Oh, they fight this? Interestingly enough, Irad is level 4 first, despite him being taken down and losing the purple. Now it seems like still a small skirmish, but no, they will not give it on towards a fight.
And Irad used Retry, so Super Ken has an advantage when it comes to this turtle.
This turtle will be the next step towards inflicting even more damage. Skylar is in trouble.
Oof, man, Iman with the football, trying to take the solo kill, but take a look at this. Daytona's welcome on towards the 1K, now stunned up, trying to soak in the damage now with Dawn here. He'll not be able to find the kill. He will.
Octa
Lord Jam on towards Octa. No flicker this time, and Octa will be taken out twice this game. Appraisal's Wrath will not find its mark. It's actually Rod with the retribution.
Lord JM, the substitute now showing up big time. His targeting has been very, very sublime. He's able to isolate Octa in these fights, starting from that early game, and now in the Lord Dance, he wasn't really able to do anything.
My God, you would expect, the Gore to actually be quite safe. Maybe aside from Key will be the one to dive him, but Lord JM's been the assassin here. Brusco needs to respect Lord JM. It's already happened twice. It will happen 3 times if he's not careful. He needs to watch his positioning.
Positioning has been indeed a center of scrutiny for Octa in these fights, especially losing his life so early in the game and now struggling to really claw back. Now RRQ, they need to stabilize this, but Bigatron will take away every possible lead that they can have.
Yeah, by the way, since there was so much chaos in the start, we didn't get to mention Key with the Brave Smite on the Tigreal. He wants to stay as much as he can in these team fights again. So after the initial engage, he wants to be sustainable as much as he can with this Brave Smite. Same reason goes for, usually the Terizla, who goes for Brave Smite. Super Ken is actually here looking for an advantage, but like we mentioned in game number 1, why we don't see Fredrin a lot from Super Ken is the fact that Fredrin doesn't farm as fast, right? And right now, Irad is already a level ahead. Sure, he did get a steal as well, by the way. Shout out to Irad for an amazing steal against Super Ken, who had an Appraiser's Wrath combo, but Irad still somehow calculated it better.
But I think it's all fine. If Super Ken bites the bullet here, I think his side laners are online. Moreno, 1 kill. Lord JM has been immaculate in the team fights, especially that zone out. He's this, assassin Terizla that, you would expect him to be the montage maker, getting those penalty zones, getting those kills and ultimates online, but he has been able to be that pesky isolator in the backlines. So Octa, I think, has to watch out for that additional threat in the backline.
It's a 5v5 turtle setup here. It seems like what both teams are cooking. Let's see Super Ken initiating, looking for an opening. Oh, the flicker, final slash. Oh, DPZ as well. Irad will claim the turtle, and it's going to be Octa taken out as well. Now let's see. Stabilizing both teams, but it seems like Irad grabs another, but Lord JM isolated the front side of the map and will be taken out. That's 2 members for Bigatron. That will be the casualties.
Big W for RRQ. Irad, so good with the retributions. 2 turtles to their name, and that was just fire with fire. That team fight, there was a final slash combo, but also an implosion. So both the backlines were immobilized and stunned. Going on, first item for Moreno, wants to get rid of the frontliners for RRQ, but that double kill too for Irad has really now given him a gold lead that will be very, very beneficial for him in the next few turtle fights. He's already won in 50-50s. Now with a level lead and a gold lead, Ken's gonna have a real tough time.
Speeding up the process as well for Irad to really just get all the advantages. Power spike so far acquired. Irad has been spectacular in the retribution fight. So for the neutrals, objectives RRQ are on track. The Bigatron now, of course, a few shaky follow-ups, and so far they have to be able to follow this up.
Almost. The setup though, Key. Isolated under the turret with all the resources that RRQ has, he will be taken out under his own turret.
Is it weird though? Because the bottom lane is free right now. Sure, they will be able to get a trade up top to kill over a roamer. Okay, if RRQ, it's still worth it for them. It's a 1-for-1 and then also a kill on top of the 1-for-1 turrets.
I think so. For this Clint as well, it's going to be the sleeping giant. It's able to really just kite back, hit from the back line, so they have to watch for that as well. Meanwhile, for Bigatron, I think they will be the ones who will just jump with the gun and pull the trigger and trying to engage, especially when you have the penalty zone, you have the implosions, and it is proven now they are the ones getting their hands on the turtle really, really early, just baiting and luring RRQ to participate in this contest.
Bigatron trying to deny the perfect turtle for Irad. Circling Eagle. Kido in the backside. Implosion conceal as well. Finding Skylar. No follow-up damage just yet. Mystic Gush will be popped. But this time, Super Ken wins the trade. Bigatron, will they look for a fight? It seems like RRQ, they want no business. But take a look at the siege now. All in the mid. And Bigatron will not commit anything more.
He was telegraphing and finally gets the Retribution steal. So that's actually a net positive result for Bigatron. At least it gets them all of the, the leads coming in from RRQ.
Oh, they want to commit this with this too, man. Circling Eagle with the flicker Mon finds an escape route and they are out of resources.
Yeah, and Red actually spat Key out to the wrong side, not to the wall, not stunning him down. A good attempt there for RRQ, but unfortunately, for them, BTR were able to maneuver out of that. Super Ken though, shoutouts to him. We were talking about Irad's retro being super on point, and with a level lead, it should be even more on point, but it turns out Ken finally got the dub. It's 1 turtle to 2 for BTR and RRQ, but in that team fight too, man, you can really see the chaos that BTR is bringing to the back. That could have been such a good fight for RRQ if RRQ had a gold laner with Purify, right? That force upon RRQ's gold lane. Skylar to now go for Purify. Hold up!
Implosion on towards one. Will not commit though. Lord JM, he smells blood.
Skylar!
And Skylar now will not be able to escape. No! One click of a button. Guiding Wind is there to save the life of Skylar. Now, the recounter. The counter engagement. Super Ken in trouble. Low HP and he will be taken out alongside Dawn. Now RRQ will find a stun on towards K, but he will not be able to escape as Skylar claims a double. And Bigatron, one moment they were on the offense, the next they were on full defense.
RRQ swing the axe, and now Bigatron are next in the guillotine. So far, that was so strong from RRQ, saving Skylar. And Brusco is just so mobile. And there's Matilda.
The greed from BTR though, right? Brusco was already in a bad spot, but they decided to chase over Skylar, leaving Brusco to make that insane escape play. Irad gets the retreat. And nothing more much happens next. RRQ with a solid gold lead now, but also want to give a massive shout out to the itemization for Skylar. Usually we see a crit build for the Clint. It's his Heptasies. It's a Heptasies and an Endless Battle, and he's already building towards what looks like an Amalfic Roar. So it's base damage snowballing build for the Clint. Very interesting for the Clint, but now with a 1.6k gold lead, it's actually helping them so much. Brusco, this game, it's Brusco mode.
Kings of Kings now have turned the tables. They were on the back foot, 4 minutes ago. And now they are owning this mid game.
And Skylar just want to pierce through the frontliners, hence the build. So far, Bigatron, they are in the slums. They need to recover though, but how is it going to necessarily be?
I think for the side of BTR now, they're really going to have to wait for their damage dealers to get a bit more items. The gold lead, despite RRQ having a 2,000 gold lead, most of it is actually on the frontliner, which is good, by the way, for the early parts of the game against a Bruno. And also against a Vixana. As long as the frontliner is able to hold off from Moreno and Eman hitting the back line, it's actually pretty good for them. It's a Anti-Cuirass, Blade Armor, and Radiant Armor for Irad, so he's utilizing the lead very well. 2 Ares belts for Super Ken, something that Irad actually did yesterday to get more HP for that massive Appraiser's Wrath bomb. Eman he was building towards the endless battle, but then he started to notice that, the team is kind of lacking in that penetration, so he has to go for the Malefic Roar first. He cannot greed for that endless battle. But for Skylar, like we mentioned, now he actually already has a Malefic Roar.
Oh, with the final slash, Mystic Gush will not connect all the way through there. Yeah, that was 2 ultimates already spent from the side of RRQ.
Feels like Bigatron also doesn't really have the capacity and enough damage to really just burst down the frontliners. Hell, even try to cut them off in the HP bars. So that was why Eman did go for the Malefic Roar. But now I think for Bigatron, they will try to regroup, probably reset this. Maybe get the side lanes working as well, and probably just bait out RRQ in a response.
Yeah, they're playing it real slow again. Game fact though, by GoPay, our new application, Vexana becomes the most picked hero for Moreno in MPL Indonesia Season 13 with 7 picks and has the highest win rate among other Vexana players with 71.43%. That's why we always see him get the Vexana as a first pick, whether in the blue or the red side. 2-man stun. No follow-up though, they do not want to go for it, or maybe they do.
Let's see, Daytona's welcome connecting on towards Lord J and the damage. Surely not enough just yet. But Bigatron now, they are looking to stabilize in the backside.
For ult burst.
See, repositioning. Both teams, no ultimates for members for the side of RRQ. They might commit on towards the Lord here.
That was kind of like an advantage for Bigatron as well. They are able to burn out the ultimates. Oh!
Flicker Implosion connecting on towards still with the damage. Not just enough yet. Take a look at the stun. Eternal Guard knocking a rat up. No.
Octa!
Damage! Octa finding the important kill on towards Eman. And now Lord JM in the front side of things will get stunned up, will get battered, will be taken out as well. And in the back, you got Brusco flying, looking for an opponent. But this time, BTR, run, baby, run.
Again, RRQ stalling Bigatron to just sit on their benches. They were able to get one good initiation, and all hell just went loose.
4 ult advantage doesn't matter for RRQ. They don't care about that 4 ult advantage for BTR. The 4 ult disadvantage for them, they utilized it early. But again, as long as Skylar and Octa stay in the back, as long as BTR aren't able to find that back line, it will be all good. Like we said early on in the game, this front to back is definitely still a very solid front to back.
Crazy.
With a solid front line and crazy burst damage from Skylar, DPS from Octa, they have the 2 main damage dealers dealing very, very good damage. And a BOD2 from Skylar now on top of the Malefic Roar, Heptacy's combo that we saw early, and the Endless Battle. Remember, they're going to be able to siege these turrets down real good with Skylar and Octa. They want to go for a fight.
See, Circling Eagle will not be committed. Lord JM there was almost in a bit of a pickle, but yeah, RRQ, they're looking for the mid. Bigatron, they are trying to defend. Final slash. Look at the damage, stunned up as well, but has enough resources to get out of that situation now. The mid will be taken down, not yet. Super Ken, though, receives a lot of damage from that Mystic Gush, survives that onslaught.
Bigatron, their frontliners are just way too thin. And yeah, front to back composition again from RRQ. It feels like their frontline are just untouchable. Feels like they're just being tickled down by Bigatron. And then that is where Octa and Skylar will be on the hunt. Especially Skylar now having acquired the BOD. It is going to be a massive, massive power spike for him. He's just ready to spam the skills and just hit for free the players of Bigatron. So, Bigatron, it's just them waiting for their demise, or we hope they could, you know, make a moment. Maybe Lord JM gets a 4-man, 5-man penalty zone, or maybe an implosion coming in. But all probabilities, I think, are going to be cut down by RRQ.
It's all about the El Memento, right, for BTR. They need to look
Memento.
for a big moment to Skylar and Octa. That's really the win condition here. But with so much CC layers for them, they could cancel the implosion very, very easily. Whenever Key goes in with the implosion, he was always cancelled. Earlier, he went for the 2 frontliners, which could be a good option to go for if he was able to get the full combo. But right as he goes for that implosion, he gets stunned by the Mystic Projectile, instantly cancelled. And with that stun, it gave Irad, and I think it was Dawn, an opportunity to counter-engage. The main engage source for BTR was used up already. They can go to the back, and Eman will not be able to free hit because of that. See Halberd now done for Eman. He wants to try to stop the healing as much as possible. It's one down that's ice from Lord JM, one for Sea Halberd on Eman, and he goes for DHS. This is a pretty greedy build for BTR's gold lane. No Wind of Nature against Skylar on the Clint, but for the Clint, he also doesn't have a Wind of Nature. He's also going for a full Glass Cannon build. So it's really going to be the battle of the Glass Cannons here. I think for Eman, he puts the trust onto Moreno and Lord JM to peel for him, and even Super Ken. And same thing for Skylar. He knows there's Octa, Key.
And Seal does not find it connects. Brusco was able to deflect that potential initiation, but let's see now. Moreno now half HP, flickers out of safety. Now it's the Lord. Implosion onto the backside. Octa pulled back with the net penalty zone, and Super Ken finding the Lord. Let's see, Mystic Gush canceled but finds Key, and Bigatron now all they collapse. But RRQ, they want Skylar finding the Mega as well, and they are hungry. Ladies and gentlemen, are you not entertained?
For a moment, Bigatron looked like they were able to win that fight, but RRQ still hold Skylar, chipping the damage, bursting down, and Dawn was there with the slash. So Octa just left as the sole casualty.
They want to end. They have a wave mid and bottom. Moreno now still has an Eternal Guard, will pop it though. Now we'll try to clear the bottom side of the map.
Key's back up.
Key is up. RRQ, they need to take care of the Lord top. Octa back online. Let's see, how will RRQ handle? Because Bigatron, they can sniff what RRQ is trying to do, and they have firepower to find a counter.
Wow. BTR able to defend. RRQ getting the gold lead despite the Lord going to BTR. But BTR, very questionable move to fight after getting the Lord. They could have disengaged with more members. They could have left it open, but okay, we'll get some clarity here with the replay presented to you by our official tournament phone, Samsung Galaxy. So it's Irad and Ken with a pure 50-50. In the back, Key and Lord JM onto Octa, but there's a bit of a disconnect here. BTR, they wanted to fight, but also for Moreno, he knows he can't fight anymore. It was already a 4v5 to begin with Moreno being so low. BTR still decided to commit there, and it ended up with almost RRQ taking it to game 3, equalizing this game. For BTR, they gotta make more calculated decisions, and for RRQ, they gotta keep on doing what they're doing right now. They're making crazy, amazing, decisive calls to force these team fights and to win it out too. So far, I don't think RRQ have lost a single team fight against BTR. We don't count the early skirmish. That's not a full team fight.
Moreno was just isolated in the fight, going very low, not being able to assist his teammates, and Eman gets his hands on the Windtalker. Extra damage, extra clear as well. But now Bigatron, what do? They're trying to group up, wait for the engages coming in. Super Ken was winning that Retribution fight, but RRQ was just able to swing it back. So far for RRQ, they have to be more wary of the moments coming in, because that was also a moment from Key. The Implosion coming in towards Octa. Octa was caught, and that looks like, you know, one damage dealer off the charts, or off the board. So Bigatron was able to come in, but then again, the calls were indecisive. So now RRQ, maybe they will just approach it slowly, but Brusco, I think, is going to be the Guardian Angel. Look, he's even deathless at this point.
Yeah, deathless with Skylar too. Deathless. Only 2 members this game remain deathless, and it is Brusco and Skylar who've been playing a very, very good game. For BTR, man, that Windtalker build, so it is legit full Glass Cannon, and on top of that, he's also sold his boots. So even the mobility, they're going to play for Eman as a full hyper carry. You can see that even both purple and orange buffs have been given to Eman. There's a slow push built up top. Moreno is the one who's tasked with dealing with it, and RQ commit.
They will commit the Circling Eagle and the final slash on towards Super Ken. Romano, he is just free hitting. Good guiding wind to help Irad escape. And let's see the reposition. Let's see what will Bigatron do here. Top side, not looking good for BTR. RQ, Implosion early with the burst as well, taunt as well. Oh, good stun, but Key will be taken down, loses his immortality, but Skylar will finish the job. Take a look at Lord JM with the penalty zone, but no!
Skylar
finding the triple, and he will look for the Maniac as well as Super Ken caught isolated. But no, Matilda will find the kill, and Lord JM will be taken now. The Kings of Kings finding, avenging, and they will wipe Megatron out.
Skylar hoisting his crown in the team fight, close to a maniac. 4 kills in his pocket as RRQ equalize, and they still keep Megatron
Ladies
as
and
their
gentlemen,
rabbit laps.
we got a game 3.
Skylar. So many bans towards Skylar. The Claude, the Natan, the Bruno denied, and even the carry from RRQ themselves placed on a hero that was meant to fail. A hero with no Purify, a hero that was vulnerable to the Tigreal, and he still prevails with an unofficial Maniac. Could have been a Savage, unfortunately not for him, but Skylar, my goodness, what is this man made of? Glass Cannon build, play for Skylar, and they play it so